Good. Because as soon as I press record, somebody walks past, so I have to stop recording and act like I'm just a normal person sat on the floor in a car park. Hi, hello. How are you? I'm not doing great, but what can you do, huh? It's fucking warm today. It's really fucking warm today. It's like 23 degrees or something, 24 degrees out, which is the hottest day we've had so far of the year, and it's fucking warm out. I'm just wearing like a vest top and like short leggings, and I'm still fucking sweating, but like I was literally about to sit down and film inside where it's a lot cooler, and my roommate walked in like literally there and then. I'm like, I think it really gets me when she walks in at like 5 o'clock. I don't know, it's like usually because I haven't been doing or busy for long, and then she walks in and it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she's like, I'm done at work. And it's like, this is way too early for you to be done at work. It's not, it's 5 o'clock. I just have a really delayed body clock. But like, it's fucking, like, I know she lives there and it's her house and she's got to come back eventually, but I'm just like, go away every time. I think it's quite obvious now that I just don't like her. I think it grates on you after a while when you live with somebody who's extremely selfish. So anything that she does grates on us. Even just walking in, I'm like, I fucking hate you. But I don't know anybody else. People are like, oh, why don't you find a new roommate? And I'm just like, I don't fucking know anybody. I don't have any friends. Like, sure, there's a lot of people online that I talk to and I am very close with. You know, I have a lot of friends online, but they're in like Manchester or Scotland or Wales or America or Australia, and it's like, sure, I'm totally going to be able to move in one of those, aren't I? It's like one of my only friends from school announced recently she's pregnant, so she's like getting on with her life. She's like pregnant, and I'm just sat here like, I can't even cook dinner. Yeah, I don't know, it's delicious. So yeah, so she came in, interrupted plans, so I'm out here now in the sunshine, sweating my balls off. Because this is a public car park, I'm always just really paranoid that people are just going to appear from one of the two exits. That's why I'm like frantically looking around. Because it's pretty embarrassing when somebody walks along and you're just like, I'm just chatting to myself. Don't mind me. I've just completely forgotten everything I was going to say. I feel like you can't see my face, but then also I can't see. Do you need to see my face? No. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough week. Yeah, it's been quite a tough week, to be honest, but what can you do? I've had lots of issues and shit go down. Not to be like TMI or anything, but gonna be TMI right now. I've got an implant in my arm. I have had for a long time. You know, those like contraceptive things, it feels really weird when you poke it. And my doctors informed me the other day that it ran out 2 years ago. Not good. But that means that because it was like empty or partially empty or whatever, it's been giving me the wrong doses of hormones and all that jazz, which I think has been causing a lot of my issues over the past 2 years. The instability, just all of it, you know, like breaking down over fucking nothing. It's probably because my hormones are fucked, because I have a thing that supplies your hormones in your arm and it's doing it wrong. Do you know what I mean? But so because that's not working, they've put me on the pill to try and regulate my periods and make sure that I'm protected, you know. And yeah, they've been making me very down, quite uncontrollably down. Like, anything small happens, it's the end of the world. I feel like the world is crumbling against me. Like, one of my favourite film series is Fear Street, on Netflix. Honestly amazing. It's an homage to classic horror movies. The first one is based on the 90s, the second one is based on 80s camp slasher ones, you know, like Camp Crystal Lake and that classic stuff. And then the third installation is a classic Salem witch trial movie, but all with a bit of a modern twist, and they're all linked together, and it's very gay. So yeah, I love that series, and I watched it like a good few times when it came out. I used to just sit up watching it over and over again. And it came out like well over a year ago now, I think. So I was just really wanting to rewatch it, you know. I was just really wanting to rewatch it, thinking, oh yeah, that's on Netflix, that'll be easy peasy, pumpkin pie, motherfucker. If you know that, if you know what that is, I fucking love you. Easy peasy, pumpkin peasy, pumpkin pie, motherfucker. Yeah, I tried to just put Fear Street on Netflix, and it just wouldn't work. And it wasn't like, I don't know why it wasn't working. It was literally just the Xbox that decided it was not going to work. Do you know what I mean? Like, we tried it on my laptop and it worked. Tried it on my computer and it worked. But then my laptop died and we couldn't find the laptop charger. Still haven't. Goblins ate it. So yeah, it was just very frustrating. You know, I didn't want to watch it on the computer because Casey was using the computer. I couldn't watch it on the laptop now because it was dead. And yeah, I just cried. It felt like somebody was doing something to me, like somebody was doing this on purpose to me. And yeah, victim mentality, but that's what it was like. It was like, why won't you just let me watch Fear Street? And so, sun's gone on. We did eventually manage to get it working, like in the next couple of days, but the fact that I couldn't watch it there and then was like devastating. Also, if you know, I've been getting into miniatures lately, and there is a market in my town, like a indoor market that's always there, it's always up and running. And I had this like memory that they had miniature stuff in the market, and I was like, I'd love to go and see it, you know. I'd love to go and have a little browse, see what they have, like try and get some ideas to like plan out some future projects, you know. Not buy anything because money, but going in and just having a look and trying to gather ideas. I thought if I found something that would be perfect for the tiny bedroom I'm making at the moment, then I might have grabbed it, like tiny things, but you know, I wasn't going to go and do a whole shopping spree. And yeah, we tried to go in yesterday, we missed the train, so it was just too late. We just couldn't. If we tried to get the bus in, it would have been late, you know, we would have been way too late. So we tried to go in early today. We were like, well, it was our fault for leaving it so late. And we tried to go in early today. Got in about 3 o'clock. I know that's not early, but they shut at 5, you know. So I was like, this is plenty of time. I'm just browsing, I just want to see what's there, this is plenty of time. We get there, they're shut. Google says they're open, closing soon, but they're shut. I was literally devastated again. Like today, I literally almost cried. In the middle of town, just drop everything and cry, because like, it doesn't matter too much, but it just feels like things are being snatched from you at the last second, you know, and when you're really fucking depressed, it doesn't help. Oh, there's a little crow coming. There's not a crow, that's a magpie. I don't know my birds. That was pretty witty of me, I must say. Yeah. It's really fucking gross here. I don't know if it's muddy, or sandy, or whatever, but it's black. Black mud. Delicious. But yeah. Just been coping, you know. Yeah. If you guys follow me on Twitter, some of you might, some of you probably don't, but we tweeted out a big string of consciousness the other day. I don't know, there's something that's been affecting us for quite a long time now, and yeah, I wanted to say something about it, and so we did a big twit longer thing. I don't know, that's probably not a twit longer, that's probably just a thread. I don't know how Twitter works. So it was just about our thoughts and stuff on this latest TikTok mental health epidemic. And I think we'd like to do a proper video on it. Or I might just get my thoughts out now, but it's on the end of the normal video, so I don't know. Yeah, I've been wanting to make a video about it. You know, we follow Evie, Trippy Hippie. We follow a lot of people in the Tourette's community because they have the same condition as me. Evie, I don't actually know, Evie might have been misdiagnosed, but back when I found Evie, I found her because she has FND like me. And there's a girl called Nicole who also has FND like me, and it's been really brilliant seeing other people like me who have these weird fucking symptoms that don't line up to random shit, you know, like spasms and tics and yada yada. And yeah, so we've been following them for a while, and Evie spoke up about how she has directly affected this epidemic. I think it's because a lot of the articles were specifically calling her out, you know, because all of these teenagers had developed her beans tic and would say it like almost identical to her in her accent, her British accent, all these American teens going beans in the most British accent ever. And she was called out just constantly that she was the cause, you know. And since then, it's kind of been playing on my mind that not me directly, and not just me, but that I'm a part of that too. You know, when I joined YouTube, there was only a select few of DID YouTubers. You know, there was Jess, me, Axos, Encina, Autumn, but we don't talk about Autumn. You know, there wasn't many, and then Chloe came along, and yeah, I don't think it's any one of us. Awkward, oh my god. This is so awkward. Hello, random lads. yeah, like I don't think I'm blaming anybody in particular. I'm not saying this is all one person's fault, this is all one system's fault, this is all my fault. I'm not saying that. You know, I think I have a bit of awareness to the fact that we all play our part, but I can also recognise that I did play a part, and I feel fucking guilty about it, you know? So I wanted to say something. I've been wanting to say something for weeks and weeks now, but just never really known how to say it, or what to say, or yeah, just how to go about it, you know? Like, it's a tough subject, because it's like, nobody wants to turn around and call these teenagers fake. Nobody wants to turn around and say that these tics that they're experiencing are not real, you know? Like, they all have been diagnosed with a different disorder. You know, you can genetically test for Tourette's, and when they come back negative for Tourette's, they get diagnosed with FND. They're functional induced tics, the only other disorder that can give such prominent tics. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything for our side, you know? Like, there has been a mental health explosion, just in general, in every sense, in every category. Autism, ADHD, bipolar, depression, everything has had an explosion lately. But the ones that people seem to be really, 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 really focusing on are Tourette's and DID. And yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to talk about. So I've been scared to, but I also kind of think I need to, because no one else is. You know, it's not my responsibility, but if no one does, then no one will. Evie's done it for them. I could try. You know, like Casey said it great to me the other day, is that as much as I am not famous or anything, I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm not even big in the community, you know, but I do have a voice. I have a small voice that I can use, and yeah, it could be beneficial if done correctly, if addressed correctly, discussed correctly. I don't know, tell me if I'm stepping over a line and that I shouldn't be discussing it, or I'd really love to hear your opinions on this issue. You know, like, I'm not going to turn around and say all these kids are fake. I'm not going to turn around and say this person's fake or that person's fake. You know, everybody is exploring and figuring out who they are, and a lot of these kids probably do have some form of DID or LSDD or something, some mental health issue. Doesn't mean we can go and attack them or whatever, you know, we can't go and attack them or whatever. But yeah, I think my tweet summed it up the best, with the fact that I haven't made any progress, and I'm sure a lot of people are in a similar boat to me, that I can't find a specialist, I can't get help, I am too afraid to admit I have a system, admit that I switch, admit I have alters, I am too afraid to let go. I'm just too afraid of this disorder and the stigma that comes with it. And for the longest time, the stigma was, I'm gonna kill you, or one of my alters is gonna harm you, or you are in danger for being around me. Whereas now the stigma is, oh, you're faking, you're a child, people look at me, and I know I don't fucking look like I'm 12, but I don't look 25. Like, I haven't changed in literally 10 years. So people look at me, they think I'm 16, and I'm copying the trend, and it's like, I just want to turn around and scream, if anything, they've copied me. Like, and I feel guilty about that. Like, I know nobody's copying me directly, nobody's copying anybody, but the way they turn around and say, you're just copying them, you're following the trend, you're just another teenager on the trend. And I'm like, I'm not even a teenager. I was diagnosed before TikTok even existed. Like, I was one of the first on YouTube. If anything, it would be us lot that caused this. The first on YouTube, you know? Like, me and Jess and Axos and Chloe is what caused it. Yeah, I don't know, it's a tough one, it's a tough subject. But I think it needs to be addressed, else it's gonna run rampant. I don't know what I'm chatting anymore. I don't know what I'm fucking saying anymore. It's too fucking hot, I'm clearly losing my mind. Just tell me what you guys think, tell me your opinions, tell me if I'm being a cunt, tell me if I'm stepping over a line or something, just tell me, please. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that, because I don't want to overload you. That's a good place to discuss shit. Yeah. I'm just hoping that the next week or so will be better, and I won't be so fucking depressed and down. I'm fucking triggered. It's been a triggering week. Like, my roommate asked me to come with her to the hospital because she was nervous for her appointment. And being a good friend, I said yes, because I don't want anybody to be scared. Empathy is one of the biggest emotions I feel, and if something or someone is scared, I feel it as soon as possible. Oh, that's a massive bug. Like, if my cats are scared, I feel it. If I see something scared on TV, I feel it. So I didn't want her to feel scared. So I agreed to go with her. But fuck me, that was hard. Like, I don't have the greatest communication with my headmates. A lot of the time they are just distant voices yelling shit at me. You know, I can barely make out what they're saying half the time. You know, that some things might pierce through and be like, oh god, it's so hot, my face is burning. Ooh, that's nice. Hi. Yeah, sometimes they might like peer through and I might hear certain instructions or certain things, but very rarely can I make out what they're like exactly saying. And walking into the hospital, Jane just started screaming. Like, usually I can deal with the voices in the back of my head, but I just could not deal with something screaming in the back of my head. Like, she was a state. She was just screaming and screaming and screaming that she didn't want to be there, that it was too much, and that it was too triggering. Just kind of screaming the whole time. And I had to just sit there and be like, it's okay. And she was panicking, you know, about her procedure, which gonna be a cunt, but it wasn't fucking anything. All she had was an ultrasound. It was just a fucking ultrasound. All they did was stick a camera on her stomach and just go, and it was all done. And then, like, yeah. It really just kind of got us, because, like, when we left, we were really messed up, you know? It really affected us, and we got home and was very agitated, very distressed still. Jane was still very distressed and panicking, and that meant that I was, and I was just like, I don't think she realised how big of a favour that was. And she doesn't fucking care either. She expects me to come with her. She walked into my room the day before, like, so we're going at 3, and I was like, what? Where are we going? And she's like, my appointment. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like, doesn't say, can you come with me? It's, oh right, you're coming with me to my appointment. Not realising how fucking difficult it was for me. Sorry, that was a rant. I literally said I was gonna go, and then I just ranted for another fucking 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna go, because I'm literally burning. It's fucking warm! Okay. Hope you enjoyed this ramble. Please let me know what you think about all the shit. I am losing my mind over it, so it'd be really helpful to have someone's opinion, you guys, and reviews, so yeah. But I'm gonna go. I hope you